هغه څه چې اوس وخت کې د عامو لوبډلو لپاره پکار
Hello and welcome back to the Al Amarat Cricket Grounds here, where it's the home of the Oman Cricket Academy, and we're at the Oman Cricket Turf Ground 1. And as you can see on your screen there, it's 185 for 4 that the Netherlands have made from their 20 overs. We've seen some really good hitting, 2 half centuries from Tobias Visay and Roelof van der Merwe. A late cameo from Scott Edwards has got the Netherlands over that 180 mark. Andrew Leonard here in the commentary box. I've got Jamil Zaidi to my right. And we're bringing you these pictures with Cricket Clubs Live and Oman Cricket, and delighted to do so. And it's the final day of the tournament, can you believe, Jamil? We've got the battle of the 2 bottom sides. One of these will go away to the UAE with a win. And then we've got the tournament to decide later on when Oman will take on Nepal.
Well, we were all expecting this tournament before the start of the tournament. We are really having a nice time that the tournament will be on. All the teams will be there, and today is the last day, And it's a very exciting cricket all through 5 days, except the day when we have the rested. And I think every team has played its part, but there are certain teams who doesn't perform well, like Hong Kong and Netherlands. And today they are fighting out to be not at the bottom.
We're going to see a change in tactics for the Netherlands, because they will open with spin again, but not spin in the shape of Roelof van der Merwe. We're going to see Colin Ackerman, that T20 all-time record holder, the only man with a 7-wicket haul in T20 cricket of any kind. That was for Leicestershire earlier this year. He'll open the bowling with his off-breaks. And opening the batting, no surprise at all to see Nizakat Khan on strike for Hong Kong, and you're going to need around 9 and over right from the start. So a tall task for Hong Kong here. I'm just straying down the leg side. The first runs of the innings will be a wide. At the non-striker's end, it's Rag Kapoor, who we saw bowl so effectively, so these 2 batsmen will need to get going in the power play. Get going they will. Hit into the deep. Really good stop. On one bounce. Just for a moment, I suspect that Shane Snyder thought he was in business with a catch, but he's cut off the boundary, put his body on the line. It's just going to be a single. The first run's off the bat.
Well, I was expecting that Netherlands will start with the spinners. As you correctly said, instead of Mark DeVoe, Ackerman has brought in.
Just punched into the offside, no runs there. Maybe a few nerves early in the innings for Rag Kapoor. He was effective with the ball, just his final over took a little bit of punishment.
Right on the spot, tight bowling from Ackerman.
Uses his feet down the track, doesn't quite get to the pitch of the ball, but is good enough to just punch it down to long on for a single. 2 men allowed outside the circle, and pretty regulation for a spinner really to have long on, back and deep mid-wicket as the 2 men outside the circle.
Very clever bowling from Ackerman. He saw he's coming out and just dropped short of it. Not let him go to hit over the mid-on. Only gets a single.
Just clipped into the leg side for a single out towards deep mid-wicket. So a good tight over to start with from Colin Ackerman. Just 4 runs coming from it. And Hong Kong, as you'll see in your graphics at the bottom of your screen, they're going to need over 9.5 runs per over. We were talking to Trent Johnson during the first innings. We're hoping to have a chat to Ryan Campbell, the Dutch head coach and former Hong Kong head coach, during this innings. But Trent Johnson identified Nizlikat Khan and Kinshit Shah as probably the two batsmen to watch for Hong Kong.
Yeah. They have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. So far they have not come up to their expectations and did not score in the last 3 matches being played so far. They scored about 20, 25, but not long innings required for Hong Kong.
Remember, this Dutch side have lost all 3 of their matches this week. They went down by 6 wickets to Ireland in their opening fixture before losing by 4 wickets to Nepal in the thriller in that final over finish. And they took a real hammering against hosts Oman yesterday, looking for the bounce back ability to finish the tournament with a win here. But this is a side that were one of the pre-tournament favourites for the T20 World Cup qualifier in the coming weeks. They've started with 3 defeats in Oman. Both Peter Seelard and Ryan Campbell yesterday were saying to me they felt their side was low on confidence.
Yeah, actually, if some team which is expecting to be the top holder of the tournament lose 3 consecutive losses, definitely put a dent on their confidence.
It's big Fred Klassen, the tall Kent left arm seamer, bowling from the Al Emirat end. Our standing umpires today in this morning's game are Vinod Babu and Hari Krishna. And we got the third umpire, Rahul Asher, who used that new technology installed here at this ground so well. And of course, a little word for our match referee, Mr. Wendell LeBroy from Sri Lanka, the brother of the great Graham LeBroy.
I think all credit must go to the organizers of this tournament, giving excellent opportunity for all the teams participating in the qualifier in UAE, especially Oman Cricket deserve the pat on their back for lovely arrangement they have made for this tournament.
Yeah, and I think that the tournament's going to get the finish that it deserves with the 2 p.m. top of the table clash. Not quite, because Ireland are in second, but all 3 of those sides could still win this tournament. Oman absolutely in the pole position, but Nepal and their fanatical fans, I've no doubt they're going to flood in this afternoon. And coupled with the home side's fans, we could have a good atmosphere.
Yeah, seems to be, because Nepal fans are always following their team wherever they go. And unfortunately, Andrew, today is also a working day. So the people, most of them working, our spectators in Oman, but they will come after 4 and 3. I think after the lunch, definitely I'm seeing a good crowd here.
That's going to be the first boundary of the Hong Kong innings. And the reason that Fred Klassen has the double teapot out and the hands on the hips is he's wondering how that's been given as runs. It looked to me like it came off the thigh pad, but it's been given as runs, perhaps a little bit of glove. Hong Kong coach Trent Johnson won't mind how they come, but for the moment it's going to be a 4 coming to the account of Rag Kapoor.
Yeah, it's a welcome boundary, because the first over they got only 4 runs.
Yeah, good work from Fred Klassen. Really good energy from Peter Seelar in the field. He's one of the outstanding Dutch fielders, but as a whole, it's one of the things that the Dutch squad pride themselves on. They're a fit, athletic group. I think Ryan Tendashade is to come back into this squad as well. What a boost that's going to be for the Dutchman.
Yes, obviously, any probable who is giving chance in this match, try to give his best to come back into the team.
It's the end of the second over. Play and a miss outside the off stump to end it from Rag Kapoor. Hong Kong are 9 for none. Let's have a look at the points table. Just emphasise what we were talking about there, Jamil, that this is a real wooden spoon clash. You think back to the rugby and the Five Nations, they always talked about the side that was bottom gets the wooden spoon and maybe a little bit of a spanking. But both Netherlands and Hong Kong, 0 points. Whoever wins today will take the 4th spot. Both sides will be looking for the win, but later on this afternoon is what it all comes down to. Oman are in the pole position with a huge net run rate advantage over Nepal. Ireland in second. Are we going to see 3 teams finish on 6 points? Or will Oman, the host, stay unbeaten?
Well, all eyes will be on the afternoon match that will be played between Nepal and Oman. And always it is one way or the other, Nepal and Oman. Very close fight matches they have before. And Nepal, they're really fighters.
You see a change in bowling immediately, and that's Brandon Glover coming in to bowl his right arm seam. He clips the pad. That one is signalled leg bye. He's going to be 4 leg byes off the pad of Nizakat Khan. So just the solitary over for Colin Ackerman to open up the innings. And they go back to one of their strike bowlers, the express pace of Brandon Glover.
Because I think the total which they have got 185 is good total to defend, and they like to keep the Hong Kong batsmen in check.
That's a glorious shot from Nizakat Khan. He just opens up and accesses the offside and slashes that one away with great power. That one would have run away for a boundary, I think, on the second oval here.
Beautifully played. You can hear the voice of the back tuck, and it went past the cover point boundary. Lovely shot from Nizakat. He's a very dangerous batsman, but unfortunately he didn't score too much runs in this tournament so far. So all eyes will be on him today if he can play a cameo inning.
Down the leg side, that's going to be signalled wide. So a tricky start this for Brandon Glover. 2 boundaries and a wide, albeit one of those being 4 leg byes. That one's hit into the offside just over the outstretched hand of Max O'Dowd. I think he might have got his fingertips to it, but enough power on it to run away for 4 more.
3 boundaries and an over. 2 off the bat, 1 is off the pad. As I told you, Nizakat is a very dangerous batsman. So far, he has not scored the runs which his team is looking for from him. But today, I think it looks in good touch. And the wicket is really definitely giving batsmen all the chance to play their shot. Absolute batting wicket. Beautiful track.
Yeah, and that extra pace has brought about a change in the field. We've got a deep point going out, a fine leg and deep square leg into the circle, and he's going to work it off his legs. That's brilliant from Nizakat Khan, taking advantage of the change in field. And it is going to be 4 more. Legs. That's brilliant. So 3 boundaries and a wide in this over. Advantage of the change in pressure on Brandon Glover in the Netherlands. It's going to be 4 more. So 3 boundaries and a wide in this over. Early pressure on Brandon Glover in the Netherlands.
Yes, and a very, very good over for Hong Kong. But the over is not yet over. 16 runs off the boundaries, 3 from the bat, 1 off the pad to this fine leg. Very good over for Hong Kong. And Nizakat today, I think, looks to be in great touch. He's the danger man for Netherlands. The way he started, absolutely beautifully struck all the boundaries, 3 in this over.
That's a beauty from Brandon Glover. Pace and bounce, and beats Nizakat Khan outside the off stump. He was coming forward onto the front foot, but it was back of a length with good fire and aggression.
Good comeback. Absolute beauty he bowled outside the off stump, rising delivery with sheer pace.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay of that one, because that was outstanding fast bowling of the very highest quality. Back of a length, and really did beat Nizakat Khan all ends up. A man who was in school in St. Scythians in Johannesburg. And that one's flayed into the offside. There's a fielder out there. Taken. Absolutely outstanding tactics from the Dutch.
Yes.
Nizakat Khan was starting to flail away with reckless abandon, and that abandon has cost him a really good catch held in the deep. He couldn't have picked him out any better. As soon as the ball hit the bat, you thought it might have flown all the way for 6, but it was a well-judged catch from Roelof van der Merwe. Here's the replay. Down the track from Nizakat Khan. He did get a good bit of bat on it. And Roelof van der Merwe, you could see him just shielding the sun momentarily with his hand into a perfect position, reverse hands, takes the catch. That's the first wicket for the Dutch.
Clever bowling from Brandon. He just, I think, varied the ball a bit slower. And Nizakat played his shot, the way he played the earlier shots and got straight into the hands of the deep third man, Markov. Good catch from him. So the first wicket, the Dutch were looking for, and especially the Zakat, who was looking very dangerous, got out just now of the bowling of Brandon.
Nizakat Khan has fallen for 15 from 12 deliveries, and that's not going to please Trent Johnson. It's exactly what he was talking about to us. The fact that a lot of the innings that his side have been playing, their batsmen have been lasting 10 to 15 deliveries. He wanted them to bat more like 40 to 50 deliveries.